this is one of my favourite solos, and it's absolutely fantastic if you want to work on your alternate picking, mainly because it's almost like a load of alternate picking exercises just thrown together. I wouldn't be surprised at all if that's how this came about. Now, it's a really important solo in the grand scheme of things. I've written all about that in the PDF. Read it if you want to learn something interesting. So we're going to get into it and play it now. The first chunk we're going to learn is 4 bars long, and it all takes place on the B string, and it's all very fast, rapid fire, 16th notes, no gaps, just completely even. The first bar sounds like this. Now, if you break it down into each beat that's going to have 4 notes in each, that becomes a nice little chunk to work on. Now, some of them are really easy, some of them are harder. It's up to you to find the ones that you struggle with the most and work more on those. Right, so the first bar, let's break it down. First chunk is first finger at the 5th fret on the B string, and you're going to go 4 picks, alternate picking. So that's 4 picks of that 5th fret. The second beat goes like this. So that's 1 pick of 7, I'm using my 3rd finger, and then 3 picks of the 5th fret. And again, down, up, down, up. So those 2 bars together, 2 beats, sorry. Third beat, a little tricky here, you're going to go 8 with your little finger, back to 5, 7 with your 3rd finger, back to 5. So that one goes like this. So first 3 beats together. So you see, you've got to keep them dead even, no gaps. Last beat of the bar is going to go 5, 5, 0, 0. So that's the open B string. So all together. Good news is bar 2, absolutely identical, same thing again. Let's move on to the 3rd bar. So it starts off the same, 4 picks of this 5th fret, and then just to shake things up, we're going to have 2 picks of 7 this time, 2 picks of 5, so that's it. Then the same thing again, but this time 2 picks of 8, 2 picks of 5. So beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, and then for beat 4 we go back to 2 picks of 7, like that. So beat 1, beat 2, sorry, beat 2, beat 3, beat 4, all together. On to the final bar. Now this is probably the trickiest one. We're going to go 8, 5, 7, 5, 4 times. So all 4 bars together. There we go. Now when you're trying to build raw speed with this kind of thing, there are some really important things you always want to work on. For this piece in particular, alternate picking. You've got to be alternate picking it. Now that doesn't come naturally for a lot of people, usually because they don't get into good habits when they first pick up the guitar with alternate picking. But especially for this, it is the very best way of playing it all. So you've got to force yourself. But the good news is, the more you force yourself, the more natural it becomes, the less you have to keep reminding yourself to alternate pick. Your hands do get the idea, and they will slowly but surely start to do it all on their own. Now, second thing is probably the most important. When you're picking fast lines, try and make your movements as small as possible. Playing faster isn't all about moving your hands quicker. Obviously that's a big part of it, but the way your hands move faster tends to come down to how much energy you're wasting. Now, if I'm flapping my hands about and doing big movements when I'm picking, that's all potential energy I'm wasting. So I'm flapping around, I've got a long distance for my hands to move, so they've got to move really quick to get there. Now if I cut all of that down, I can do it a lot faster and for a lot longer because I'm not wasting as much energy. So you want to work on that, making your hand movements as small as they need to be. And the last thing you probably don't want to hear, but here it is anyway, use a metronome. No one really likes the idea of using a metronome. Get a good digital one. You can download them on your iPhone. This is 2014 after all. But definitely use a metronome. Work on your timing, because everyone's timing could be better. My timing could be better. Same for everyone. So the more of a habit you get into using one, the neater all of this will be. You know, you want it to be machine gun like accurate picking, so you've got to start getting into the habit of practicing that way. Right, let's move on to the next section. Next section's got some lovely bends. Now the rhythm's a little tricky, so your best bet is just to listen to how I'm playing it and try and copy that, or listen to the files that I include with the download. So let me play it for you. So I'm using my third finger on the high E string, fret 7. Then you can do a pre-bend, so that you bend it up before you pick it, roughly to fret 8, pick and release. So you're bringing that bend down. And then you're going to go to fret 5 on the high E with your first finger. And then I'm going to fret 7 on the B string with my second finger. So that's one chunk. Now I'm pulling off there. You could also pick it. It just gives it a slightly different sound. And you can do that pattern 4 times. So this is it slow. And fast. Okay, on to the next line. The next line starts on the B string at fret 7, you can use your third finger. Immediately you can go on to the G string, fret 6, pick it twice, and then we get a lovely little triplet run here that goes. So that is open G string, first finger fret 5 on the G, fret 6 with your second finger, and then you go on to the B string, fret 5. Then we've got a descending run that starts at fret 7 on the B string. So you're going to go 7, 6, 5, using one finger to fret. So 3, 2, 1, and then on the G string, the string above, you're going to go 8, 7, 6. So I'm using 4, 3, 2. So that whole little run. So coming out from the bending section. Finally, we've got the last crazy fast bit to play. So back to 16th notes now, no swing, just flat out, straight, even notes. Now, the good news is, it's the same thing on each string. So yes, it's very quick, but you can work at it. So you're going to go 7, 6, 5, 4. I'm using one finger to fret, so I'm starting with my little finger, third finger, fret 6, second finger, fret 5, first finger, fret 4. Then the same thing, same thing, same thing, and again, last one. So that is. And then we're going to end with a cool little blues riff. Now, we start just before the beat with an upstroke on your low E string, open. And then here's the riff. So let's look at it. Second finger, fret 5 on the E string, pick it twice. Onto the A string, fret 4, pick it twice. And then you're going to go 5 with your second finger, 6 with your third finger, 7 with your fourth finger. So that's. And then we go back to that open E string. So 2 of those, 2 of those, 1 of each. All together. So you do the riff twice and that's it, then you're back into the rest of the song. So I hope you enjoyed that. It's a challenging song. It really does separate the men from the boys, because if you're going to play it properly, you don't want a lot of distortion, and preferably you want a big sturdy jazz box with thick strings like this. But no one's going to shout at you if you play it on an Ibanez with gauge 9s. So have fun, practice hard, get the metronome clicking.